Both are all scoring for Edmonton, and for Ontario, scoring was Madeline Wappling. She got one. Amanda Waquan and Kyla Ganon. Now, if I hammer a name, I have to apologize. Please accept my sincerest apologies. Day two from Field 12 here at the Edmonton Soccer Center South in downtown Edmonton. Field 12. Yesterday was a great day, a full day of ball hockey. The CBHA Nationals coming at you live here on Home Team. And I called a few of those games, had a great time, and I think we're going to have just as good of a time here today. Hump Day, let's help each other get over that. And let's have a great time here watching some Canada Ball Hockey Nationals. The National is in the house. There you see the Ontario United. They are the away team wearing the maroon jerseys. And the the light purple jerseys are the Edmonton United. Both teams united, and here we go. We are underway from Field 12 at the Edmonton Soccer Center South, right here on Home Team. Again, both teams 1-0. Ball right up near mid-ice. Good job chasing it down there by Kyla Ganon. And again, I hammer her name, I apologize. It's up top with Jillian Meyer. She had an apple yesterday, and an apple is hockey speak for an assist. And they do give 2 assists per goal if they are earned or to be given here in CBHA ball hockey. So it looked like that shot on goal ends up over here against the boards down in the corner, working to dig it out and put it on goal. Turned away, and a nice save there in goal by Megan Lalonde. Megan Lalonde, the goalie for the Ontario United. So just about a minute and a half in this thing, and it's spent much of the time in the Ontario defensive end. Man, what a great day. What a great day. Had a great sleep, up nice and early, and we're at it here on Home Team CBHA. Right up along the boards, trying to dig it out there is Matea Klenek. She had a couple apples yesterday. She had a couple assists yesterday and makes a nice little dive save there, right there. Does Megan Lalonde. So we'll have a face-off in the ring to the left of goal. It's down, it's out. And Ontario sends it on goal. And Lalonde with another cover-up save there for Ontario. I believe that was Sabrina Hosner. She's trying to get her second goal of the tournament. She has 1 goal and 1 apple. Face-off kicked out all the way up by the blue line, kicked down into the Ontario zone. And carried down, and the shot is going to get deflected. And that shot was taken by Tara Backstrom. Backstrom looking for her first goal of the tournament. Carried, poked away over into the far corner. Brought back out, right out in front. Oh, man, that was dead center right in front of Lalonde, and she comes up huge, making a couple saves. So Megan Lalonde coming up big time for Ontario. Both teams, the United, so I've got to use Edmonton and Ontario. The home team, Edmonton. Again, 1-0 after beating the Prairie Storm 7-3 yesterday. Face-off in the ring to the left, stuck in the corner, working to dig it out. Nice little 2-on-1 scrum going on against the boards. Now 2-on-2. Comes back up top to Backstrom. Backstrom goes down to the right wing, down to Jillian Gully. Again, she had one of her 2 goals on the power play. And try at the wraparound, pass out in front. Lalonde says, no soup for you. I don't think so. So ball behind, now comes over to the near board, up along the boards, and a nice job keeping it in there by Backstrom. Backstrom keeps it in, and unlike hockey, if you didn't know, once you get it past the blue line and you establish the zone, you establish that, you have to the red line at mid-floor, not the blue line, for it to be a reset. But Edmonton unable to make anything happen there on that possession. So the ball spending the predominance of the time here with the Edmonton United, making Megan Lalonde work hard. And she's come up big here, double bagels, just a few minutes into this 3-period affair, 3 15-minute periods. Ball stuck mid-board over on the far side. Trying to bump it down into the corner where it's going to be picked up by Ontario. Now met there, a little bit of physicality going on behind the net. Refs let them play, and I like that. And I love how players are not afraid to body out. Dump down into the Edmonton end. Let's see if Ontario can get a look here. Ball sent, where are we at here? Mid-floor. Just a handful of minutes in here. We've got some wholesale changes. Lauren Pigford in. I see her right there on defense, one of the defenders. And here comes Ontario trying to get some offense working. They did beat the Sterling Performers 3-1. But Edmonton scored 7 in their victory against the Prairie Storm. So again, both teams 1-0 heading into today. And here we see our first look from the Edmonton goalie. So that'll create the face-off to the left in the ring, to the left of goal. It's down, kicked down into the corner. Nice little one-on-one battle going for it, trying to dig it off the boards. And I did not see what the call is, but we have our first power play opportunity here for Ontario. Ontario with the 5-4 emo here, and let's see if they can knock one down, get rid of these bagels on the board. It was Kastner. Kastner kicks it over to the side. Now it's behind. 5-on-4 for another 135 with 8:50 left to play here in the first period. A nice little ball handling there up on the top near the blue line. Little 2-on-1 action over on the far boards. And that ball will be cleared by Edmonton. So Edmonton kicks it out and clears it out. And in case you were wondering, Edmonton in purple, Ontario in the maroon. So Ontario on the power play. Let's see if they are able to capitalize here and draw first blood. About 8.5 left to go here in the first. Edmonton brings it behind. Can't wrap around. Good defense there by Ontario, or I should say by Edmonton. CBHA action. Nationals. Carries it across. Does Keisha Dulstedt. She had a couple apples yesterday. Here's a shot on goal. And a nice job with the save there by Edmonton. Nice save there by Laura Gibbs. Laura Gibbs with a nice little dig save right there. So that'll force the faceoff in the ring to her left. It's down and up towards the blue line with one of the defenders. And that was, I do believe, Keisha Dahlstedt. And loose ball going to be picked up on the run. Picked up on the run by Edmonton. Left-handed shot turned away. Nice left-handed shot there by Tessa Flynn. She had a goal and an assist in the win against the Prairie Storm yesterday for Edmonton. Ball up top, picked up, sent down and in, right in the slot, and then kicked out by Ontario. So here's Ontario with a fresh look. And we're back to 5-on-5, so unable to capitalize on the power play. Unable to capitalize on the power play. And all I'm going to say is I think in this situation, in games of this magnitude, man, you gotta take advantage of every opportunity that you can. Edmonton and Ontario both 1-0 coming into tonight, or into this game, an afternoon game. So still 5-on-5, face off in the ring to the left of goal. To the left of Lalonde, sent down and in, and Lalonde with another fantastic save. She was partially screened out there, which makes that save even that much more impressive. But that save is going to force the face-off in the ring to her left. All right, it's down and in. It is controlled by Edmonton. Tara Lund, number 17 up top, one of the defenders, carried into the slot. Can't get the shot off. That would have been a great opportunity for a running backhand. Here's a shot in the slot and a win. She had an apple yesterday in the win against the Prairie Storm. Game moving right along for sure. Here is a hard shot from pretty close to the doorstep. And that was put down by Kaya Wall. She had an assist in yesterday's game as well. And here's Ontario trying to make something happen, but they just cannot transition. Mostly black lids for Ontario. Both teams, again, if you're just joining us, 1-0. If you're just joining us, where you been? It's a good game here in the women's division between Edmonton United and Ontario United. Ontario United going right to left and wearing the maroon sweaters. And Edmonton going left to right wearing the purple sweaters. So ball against the wall right over there in front of the windows. Now, I'd like to know what's in behind those windows because there is not a lot of people. Hard shot from up by the blue line by Alyssa Liska. And a nice save there once again by Lalonde. Lalonde comes up again huge for Ontario. But I would just like to know what's behind. I'm curious to know what's behind that glass, because normally there'd be a whole bunch of people watching. I know when I have to do a hockey game and I'm down at ice level and I'm down on the end, it is pretty cool. I mean, it's harder to see the other end being about 200 feet away, but that's what they make binoculars for. So ball right there, mired against the wall. It was by the blue line, now kicked down into the Edmonton end of the floor. Now picked up by Edmonton. Here they come on the run. Can't get a real good shot off. Lets it go cross floor, and they cannot hit. That was a fantastic look there for Edmonton. Man, that was a great look there by Edmonton. But they're going to come up empty-handed. Did not see the number. CBHA women's action day number 2 against 2 1-0 teams. Ontario United beating the Sterling Performers 3-1, and Edmonton beating the Prairie Storm 7-3. Here's a hard shot from outside the zone that was put down by Tara Lund, looking for her first goal of the tournament. She gets the ball in the slot, clicks it over to the left wing. Now back in the slot, very high, goes right wing. Lund running the show. Man, hard slapper. Hard slapper and Lalonde right there to make the cover save. Nice job by Lalonde. Lalonde coming up real big here for Ontario. I don't know. I obviously, it's hard for me to keep track of a whole bunch of stats. I'd like to know how many saves she already has. Looking real good in goal is Megan Lalonde. So another put on goal here by Edmonton. But Megan Lalonde doing her best impersonation of a brick wall thus far for Ontario. So face off in the ring to the left of Lalonde. It's down and kicked over to the corner. And they weren't giving each other high fives. They were going up there to knock that ball down. You can, in ball hockey, you can go up and use your hand, use your glove to knock that ball down, but you have to knock it straight down. You have to kind of knock it down at your feet. You're not supposed to change the direction of the ball. I'll tell you what, somebody wanted that ball. Ashley Hawkins. She wants her first of the tournament. Hard shot from the top outside the blue line. I think that might have been Madison Teague. Yeah, it was Madison Teague from the top side in the slot. Time's starting to get a little bit short here on the first period with just one penalty called. Now, one of these games, I do believe it was the Ontario Sterling Performers game, went without any penalties. So ball right at mid-floor. Nice little one-on-one scrum going on for that. Trying to dig out of there. Keisha Dahlstedt, she was involved. Here comes some fresh legs coming on. Kelly Boudreau and Ashley Hawkins, I see. Who else we got out there? Jillian Mayer for Edmonton. Edmonton, basically a home game for Edmonton. Being in Edmonton, coming at you from the soccer center. Running wrister by Boudreau, looking for her second of the tournament. She had one yesterday in the 7-3 win, and there we go. There's first blood There's first blood. We got first blood as Edmonton is going to knock one down. Did not see who it was, folks. Did not see the number on who that was. But Edmonton knocks one down to make it 1-0. So here is the following face-off, which is always all important for me, because when you get scored on, you want to come back and you want to win the ensuing face-off. You don't want to bury yourself psychologically, and you can see Edmonton winning the face-off. Kick down and in inside the blue line, putting it on goal was Boudreau. Now it's going to go over to the boards, right about mid-board. Backhand dumps it down, leaves it for Mayer. Mayer one-on-one, nice little 2-on-2 scrum, comes out in front, pass out in front, and going to get deflected over here against the board where it's going to be run down by Mayer. And we've got a stoppage in play. Stoppage in play, day number 2 from Edmonton, the Soccer Center South. And it looks like time is going to run out here on period number 1. So with time expiring on period number 1 into the first intermission, Edmonton is going to take a 1-0 lead into the break. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back at CBHA Women's Nationals Ball Hockey right here on home team, where Edmonton, oh, wait, we got 43.9. Okay, my bad. Saw the clock. Good job there, camera. Camera showed me the clock with 43.9. 43, my bad. 43.9 left to play here in period number 1. So it's a timeout, not time expiring. So 43.1 left, or 43 left to play here in period number 1. Again, sorry I did not see who scored the goal, but Edmonton jumping out to the 1-0 lead here at Field 12 at the Edmonton Soccer Center South. Okay. And we switch ends, and it was the end of the period. So that 43 seconds that was up on the board, you know what I bet that 43 seconds was the couple minutes that you have in between the first and second period. So we switch ends. Yeah, we switch ends, and Laura Gibbs is now going to defend off to our right, and Megan Lalonde will defend off to our left. So Ontario wearing maroon, and Edmonton leading 1-0 wearing the purple. And they do control the face-off to start off P2. Uh-oh, taken away. And on the run out, going to bring it across, so they gain the zone. And loose ball, and the running left-hander no good. Right in the slot. And there you see Laura Gibbs making the save. So a nice save there by Gibbs for Edmonton. So that will force the face-off in the ring to her left. Edmonton leading Ontario 1-0. It's down. We've had one penalty so far today here in this matchup. Ball stuck down here in the corner. Now going to go over to the far side, off the wall. Pass it up over here to the near side. Looking for the breakaway is Edmonton. Edmonton brings it down. Lalonde sweeps it away. Edmonton leading Ontario 1-0. So loose ball mid-board over on the far side. Nice little one-on-one matchup. So it's when it's 1v1, it's good stuff. And here comes the breakaway for Ontario. Looking to tie this thing up. Off over to our right-hand side. Your defenders setting up nicely. One of them, Holly Sullivan, number 40 right there. You see her walking into the ring as we're going to have another face-off. Wholesale change looks like for Edmonton. And face-off will be in the ring to the right of Laura Gibbs. So Gibbsy on the right, Lalonde on the left. Here in P2. Tried to get the wraparound, couldn't hit it. Loose ball over on the far side, sent along the bottom, along the boards, all the way up here on the top. And here comes Edmonton on the run. Out in front, Lalonde with a great save. Megan Lalonde with a nice save, and then she's going to cover that up and force the face-off in the ring to her left. Nice, clean affair. But when you don't have the kind of physicality that you have in the men's game, it's kind of easier to have a game without so many penalties. So bump down and in, nice pass. But great defense there. That looked like, I believe that was Matea Kastner. Matea Kastner on the great defense for Ontario. Stuck in the corner here on the near side. Had a nice little cutter there. Madison Teague was on the cutter, couldn't find her. So now loose ball behind, looking for somebody out front, looking to control it. Here at the GLE, which is just goal line extended, 11:45 left to go here in the second period. Edmonton leading Ontario 1-0. Mid-board over on the far side. Going to have a game directly after this one. Another women's game, New Tecumseh Extreme and the Calgary Toon Squad. So with 11:24 left to play here in period number 2, with Edmonton leading 1-0. I love the adjustment on the camera. Thank you, whoever made that. Bringing that camera up just a little bit so we can see the running or the clock. Thank you for that. Just an inch makes that much of a difference. So off the face-off, here is Edmonton trying to make a little some happen here. And here comes Ontario in transition, a little 3-on-2 break. And instead of passing to one of the wings, takes the shot. Then the centering feed, left-hander, no good. And we're back up here at mid-floor. That was 35. Do not have a 35. So cannot tell you who that is. So right up here at mid-floor, 7-on-7. 7-on-7 violence. I like it. Taken away by Madeline Wappling. She has a goal from yesterday's win over the Sterling Performers. Or I should say, let me see here. That might have been Matea Klanik. She's got a couple apples. I might have got a little mixed up on that one. Hey, you know what, folks? That's the worst thing I do all day. I'm doing just fine. So we'll have a face-off in the ring to the left of Lalonde, controlled by Edmonton. But it gets deflected. The shot gets blocked and kicked out. Now here it was right in the slot, right on the island, right out in front of goal. And here comes Ontario on the run out. Little 2-on-3 breakaway. And the shot was a running wrister, but that was blocked before it even got through to Laura Gibbs. There you see Kastner making her way back into the battle midway through period number 2. Good little scrap taking place between Ontario and Edmonton. And here comes Edmonton trying to make something happen in the Ontario defensive end. But Ontario is going to carry it out. Nice little move there to avoid the defender, but then it was kicked out clean, picked away. Got the old pocket picked. Who's that? Kara Jackson with the red lid, making her way into the game for Ontario. There you can see some of the body language. You can see some of the body language exhibiting some, symbolizing some frustration. And one of the Ontario players calling for a change. You can tell she raised her hand up and then got the help from Robin Cordes. Robin Cordes in for Ontario. Ontario now defending the goal off to our left. Out in front, Edmonton looking to add to that 1-0 goal, or 1-0 lead, I should say. Little backhander goes through the mouth of the goal and ends up over on the far side. A right-handed wrister from the high side by Ashley Hawkins. So looking for her first of the tournament. Number 12 on field 12. 7:50 left to play here in period number 2. Second period, about 7:40 left to play. Edmonton leading Ontario. Diggin, trying to work that ball off of the wall, and it finally does get kicked out. Unable to center, got kicked away, picked up though by the blue line, sent down into the corner. A little bit of a dump and run. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, 2 mindsets, carry or dump and run. And it's all situational. Oh, and the pocket pick by Ontario. And here they come in transition. And the backhander out in front. Boy, Laura Gibbs had to work for that one. She had to work for that one because she had a maroon jersey and a purple sweater coming full bore right at her. All right, for future reference, I'd like to see whoever designs these sweaters put a number on the front as well so we can see coming and going at the same time. Face off in the ring to the right of Gibbs. Still looking for control in the corner, and it is controlled by Edmonton. They try to kick it out, but nice job by Ontario to keep it in the zone. And again, once you establish the zone, you have to the red line, not the blue line. One big difference between ball hockey and ice hockey. So in the corner, Alyssa Liska, I got to give her credit. She was battling, and here comes Edmonton on the run out. Tried to go cross floor, but just wasn't there. So ball by the red line, sent down and in, kicked back out by Edmonton. Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals, Day 2 from Edmonton, here live on the home team. Edmonton up 1-0 over Ontario. Both teams coming into this affair 1-0. Someone's O has got to go. So a little stoppage in play will create a face-off in the ring to the left of Megan Lalonde. Two officials on the floor. Face-off. Oh, I'll tell you what, Lalonde, I think she got a piece of that off of that shot by Jillian Mayer. Mayer trying to make something happen. Just put it on goal. It might deflect off of somebody, ricochet. You never know what's going to happen. But here we go in the Edmonton end. Ball over here on the near side. There you see it. Nice bright orange ball. Loose on the red line. Sent down and in by Kyla Ganon. Looking for number 2 of the tournament. Here at Edmonton, men's B, C, and D, and the women in action. The Nationals. So ball behind. Oh, we're going to have a little trippy trip here. I think somebody's going to the sin bin. I think Edmonton is going to go up on the power play. Little bit of trippy trip. And did not see the number. But that will be Edmonton's second power play opportunity of the game. They came up empty-handed in their first one, and this will be their second. Oh, that's the other way around, Spazzy. No, I got it. Let me double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, and the hard shot from the left-hand side. Man, that was put down by Pakia Wall. And Wall sends it up top. Up top to Tara Lund. Lund, the point guard. She puts one down from between the lines, and it goes wide. That's right. In support of Jump Start, every weekly stream that is bought, $1 will go to Jump Start. So for every week stream that somebody gets, Jump Start will benefit for $1. And Jump Start is an organization that helps families that are in need to participate in sports. And sports is a great way to, deal with things, life lessons, learn how to work with others to achieve a common goal. Here we go down, unchecked. Left-handed runner by Wall, unable to knock that down. So Edmonton, second power play opportunity. There you see the in support of Jump Start there up on the side. So 15 left in the power play, 2:55 left to play here in period number 2. Edmonton leading Ontario 1-0. So looking more and more. Yep, there we go. We're even Steven more and more. 0-2 on the power play is Edmonton. And as previously mentioned, I know it's easy for me to say sitting in this chair, you've got to capitalize in tournament games like this. When you're in the Nationals, you have got to capitalize on every opportunity that is presented to you. Here we are down in the Edmonton end off to our right. This game has been motoring right along here. That was just our second penalty called of the game. Both of them on Ontario. Ontario in the maroon, Edmonton in the purple. Ball through the neutral zone is going to come into the Edmonton end. Left-handed shot deflected, going to end up all the way back through the neutral area and back down into the Ontario end. Hard right-hander from the high right side goes wide left. Hockey Life, raise your game. The CBHA Nationals, Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals. And ball is going to roll down, and Megan Lalonde is going to just cover that up, and that'll force a face-off in the ring to her right. I have to give credit. With 1:14 left to play here in the second period. Great job on the switch, too. Very fast on the switch. I give you credit. Got to give it where it's due. Right-hander from up top. Somewhat of a slapper by Liska. Oh, from the slot. From the slot. How Lalonde made that save, I do not know. I think if that shot made Lalonde move just a little bit, you have to make that goalie move. About 45 seconds left to play here in period number 2 with Edmonton up 1-0. Remember, another women's game on tap right after this one. New Tecumseh Extreme and the Calgary Toon Squad. Want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors here. Here is a hard slapper. Man, that was a hard slapper by Dawn Amanda Russell, looking for her first goal of the tournament. And time is running very, very short here, and time will run out on period number 2. So at the end of the second period, the score remains Edmonton United 1, Ontario United 0. We'll be back shortly with period number 3 at CBHA Nationals. Welcome back in, ball hockey fans. Final frame between Edmonton and Ontario. Both teams united in support of Jump Start. And here we go. For every week stream package that is bought, $1 will go to Jump Start. Welcome into home team. I'm the Spaz Man, your round mound of sound, and we are back underway. We switch ends, and Ontario once again with Megan Lalonde anchoring the defense, defending off to our right and off to our left. Laura Gibbs throwing the shutout thus far, defending with Edmonton off to the left. Both teams coming in to this matchup 1-0. Both teams winning on day one from Edmonton. Edmonton beating the Prairie Storm 7-3, and Ontario beating Sterling Performers 3-1. Final frame coming at you. Someone's O has got to go. Here comes Ontario bringing it down, and Laura Gibbs is just going to come out of the frame, and she's just going to cover that up, and that will force a face-off to the left-hand side. So the face-off will be in the ring off to the left of Gibbs. So a scoreless second period makes for a 1-0, very close, very tight affair heading into the final frame. I love that saying, someone's O has got to go, and that is definitely the case here today on day number 2 of the CBHA Nationals. The National from Edmonton. Ball behind, wanted it up top, and almost deflected in. Holly Sullivan, she called for it, and she got it. She sent it down and in, but here comes Edmonton coming back the other way. They don't have numbers, so they got to chase it down into the near corner. There you see Nisha Haji, number 6, scoping out the floor. She's got her head on a swivel. And sometimes as a defender, you have to do that. You want to keep everything in front of you, but Haji's going to pick it up and come back the other way on offense. Nice job on defense by Edmonton to poke that away, though. Little line change for both teams here. Edmonton and Ontario, 1-0 coming into today. Who's that on the move? That's 22. That's first time. I thought that was the first time I called Jillian Gully, but I'm going to go with Gully. She scored 2 of the 7 goals for Edmonton in their 7-3 victory over the Prairie Storm yesterday. Day 1. Here we are in day 2. And we're going to have another one right after this one. It'll be the new Tecumseh Extreme and Calgary Toon Squad in another women's matchup. With 12:05 left to play here in the final frame. Left-handed wrister. Boy, that was close to being deflected in by Matea Kastner up top. Little scrum going on for that 50-50 ball. Going to be taken out by Edmonton. Kicked over to the right side to Gully. Gully tries to center it, goes through, had the cutter, did not hit the cutter, ends up on the boards right about mid-board over on the far side. Now outside the blue line, and like I said, that is not a reset. You've got until it comes up to the red line. A slapper from way outside there by Tara Lund, and did not really get good wood on that one, and it went wide left. Mid-board over on the far side, turns around, and there is Megan Lalonde one more time. Once again, both goalies doing their best brick wall imitation. But Megan Lalonde has absolutely, unequivocally, indubitably faced a lot more shots than Laura Gibbs has. But both goalies playing solid in frame here today on day number 2 from the Edmonton Soccer Center South. So off the faceoff in the ring to the right, taken by Edmonton. Left-hander once again by Lund. I mean, she likes that long shot. She likes the long slapper, no doubt. Here's a shorter slapper. And that one gets knocked down, deflected over to the near corner. Dude, Lund looking for her first goal of the tournament. She does have an apple from yesterday in that 7-3 win. And here comes Ontario in transition on the run. Going to bring it down, and Lund with a great job putting a body, disallowing the Ontario runner to be able to get a shot off. So while Lund is having a hard time finding the frame on offense, she definitely was fleet of foot in getting back on defense to disallow any kind of shot. So in the corner, now over midboard on the far side. Going to be picked up by Ontario, looking to send it up into the neutral zone. Picked up there by Edmonton. That is Jillian Meyer running it down. Tries to get it down to Klanek. And Matea, she has a couple apples in the 7-3 win yesterday. A little bit harder to read the darker numbers on the dark jerseys with the white piping. Would like to see that reversed. Would like to see white numbers with black piping. But as an announcer, I get no say, so let's just keep talking and playing. Day number 2, the Nationals from Edmonton. Ball right up here at mid-floor. And bringing it down. Ooh, a little bit of contact there by Kastner. Kastner is going to freight train Ashley Hawkins. No call. Like it. Let them play on. I like it when officials do not want to be why a goal is or isn't scored. And there you saw Matea Klanek bringing it down and in. And here's a shot from the high side. And Megan Lalonde with another fantastic save. Doing a great job of protecting the 5-hole. Hey, Spazzy, what is the 5-hole? The 5-hole is the area between the legs. You know, some call it a nutmeg. You'll hear me say nutmeg, but the 5-hole is that area between the legs. So when they close the kneecaps together, there's a little bit of room between the feet, the lower part of those pads. See right there, you see it by Lalonde. You got those knees together. And that leaves a little, about a foot and a half space between the feet. Brought back out to center floor and kicked back down into the Ontario end. Loose out in front. And there you see the Ontario United team making some noise once again for Megan Lalonde, who's come up huge. Boy, I'll tell you what, picking a player of the game for this game would be tough, but if I had to, I would absolutely have a favorite. I have a leader at the top of the list. But I don't want to jinx anybody at this point, so I'll keep it to myself for now. Ball in the near corner. Kicked out in front. The lawn working hard. Love to watch the goalies go down, butterfly, and then hop right back up. It's amazing. I can't even do that in just a pair of shorts. Here's a shot, turned away. Kicked back up. Center floor. Carried down by Kyla Ganon, looking for her second of the tournament. Now back through the neutral zone at center floor. About halfway through the final period. Not a very high-scoring affair, but there's a reason for that. Both goalies playing huge. Back up to the neutral zone, picked up by Lund. She goes left-hand side. Pass down to Jillian Gully. Looking, takes his shot, goes wide right. Here we go for the first time. I'll give Pakia Wall a shout out. I might have done that a little while ago. Wearing the different hued lid. Her lid being white. Everybody else is mostly black. And Megan Lalonde, ooh, one more time. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. So face off in the ring to the right of Lalonde. Little break in the action. Looks like Ontario going to use a timeout here. So once again, about halfway through the final period, and looks like, I believe, Ontario going to use a timeout. I'm going to take a quick break. You are watching CBHA Ball Hockey Nationals here on the home team. All right, welcome back in, ball hockey fans. CBHA Women's Day number 2 from Edmonton, field number 12. I'm the Spaz Man, your round mound of sound. What a slobber knocker we have going on for you here today on home team. This is a great women's matchup, and we'll have another one right here after New Tecumseh Extreme and the Calgary Toon Squad will be in the house. Both Ontario and Edmonton United, and they both are united in being 1-0 coming into today. Ball gets kicked down all the way into the Edmonton end. Gibbs gives it off. Try to send it up to the neutral zone. It does get down into the Ontario end. There you see Kelly Boudreau making her way back into the game for Edmonton. So a little stoppage in play. And we'll have the face-off on the dot right in front of the Ontario bench. And there you see Kara Jackson getting sent out. And Dahlstead came back in her place, in her stead. Sent down into the Ontario end. Now kicked out all the way back down into the Edmonton end. So nice job by Laura Gibbs to sweep that away. So back up through mid-floor. Going to carry it down along the right-hand side. And here is the takeaway off the boards for Nisha Haji. Had an apple coming out of that 3-1 win yesterday. But they trail 1-0 here. Plenty of time left, though. Over 6 minutes left to play. Final frame right here, right now. Kick down into the Edmonton end of the floor, where it's picked up by Gibbs, up just a little bit. Oh, missed it. Missed it on that one, folks. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, face off in the ring to the right of Gibbs. Kicked over to the near board. Now over to the mid board on the far side. Edmonton leads Ontario 1-0. Day 2. CBHA Nationals right out in front of Gibbs. Had to deal with her own player falling at her feet and everything. Goes wide right. Board, far side. Out in front. Taken away there by Lauren Pigford, though, and she kicks it over to the far boards. Unable to break out into transition are the United of Edmonton. So sent down into that end by Robin Cordes. And here comes Edmonton on the run. Cannot hit the cutter, and by the time she runs it down, it's a little late, and Lalonde is right there to make the play, trying to see what's going on here. Looks like Edmonton wanted a call there, but looked like with the official checking on the mooring, stoppage in play. Anytime that mooring gets kicked out, comes out of place, the officials are going to call timeout. Or they're not going to call timeout. They're going to stop play to fix that or check it like you just saw there. So only a handful of minutes left to play here. Oh, and a left-hander, and Lalonde turns that away. Left-hander put down by Wall. I mean, that wasn't, right off the doorstep, but it was a really nice wide-open slot shot. So now we've got a nice little 2-on-2 scrum going against the wall over by the windows there, off to the left of goal. And, folks, when I say left and right, I'm talking about as if you're a player looking at the goal, not the goalie looking out. Oh, with the referee explaining, I think somebody's going to the sin bin. Let's see what I think somebody's going to the sin bin for Edmonton, and that will be, I believe, Ontario's first power play opportunity with just a handful of minutes left to play. So the emo opportunity here for Ontario to try to get rid of that bagel and tie this thing up. Long way to go to have a 0. Up top, settling in, right wing, wrister. Biscuit in the basket save by Gibbs. So Gibbsy with the biscuit in the basket save on the power play, trying to kill off this penalty. Up top, and that's Dahlstedt, passes it over to the right wing. Now gets it back up top, settling in. She's got Kastner over here on the left wing. And that's going to get poked clear. And with being in the penalty, you do not get a flooring call for clearing that all the way out to the other end. So a little bit of action, a little bit of change here. Set up on the blue line, dump and run, going to chase. That's a 1-on-2 situation, though. 1-0, a minute left in the power play. Minute left in the power play for Ontario. Ontario has to take advantage of this opportunity with such short time. Time is short, and they trail 1-0. They have to get a look on Gibbs here. 30 seconds left in the power play. Referee right there to see that. All clear, no flooring. Spazzy, what's flooring? It's icing in ball hockey. That's all it is. Oh, and the takeaway. Great defensive effort there by Edmonton. They get it back, send it down and in, though. Keeping an eye out for that Ontario player to come running back out on the floor, and we'll be even Steven at 5-on-5. Or I should say, I think Ontario wanted that. I'm talking about the Edmonton players, Pazzi. Come on. Oh, we're tied up 1-1. It was a goal. Wow, that was a goal. We're tied up 1-1 with just seconds left to play here in the final frame. So Ontario, right at the end of the power play, is going to knock one down and tie this thing up 1-1. Wow, the drama. Tied up 1-1. There you saw the board. Would love to see that camera go up just about an inch so I can tell you exactly how much time is left here. And there you see both benches strategizing. Wow, Ontario tying this thing up at aces right at the end in the waning moments. Are we going to get some free hockey here? Are we going to get some free OT hockey? Let's find out right now. Face off. Sent down into the Edmonton end. Right in the neutral zone, right in the area between the red and blue lines of Ontario on their end. And here comes Ontario. Can't get a good run out set up. Great defense there by Edmonton. Wow. What a dramatic end we have working here at the end of regulation if it stays that way. Ontario sends it down into the end. Sends it down into the Edmonton zone. Wow, with just moments left to play here in the final frame, Ontario resilient. And looks like time is going to run out here on regulation play, and we're going to go to overtime. We're going to head to OT. We're going to head to OT, brother. Day 2 here between Edmonton and Ontario. Ontario scoring with just moments left to play in the final frame to knot this thing up 1-1. Okay, or am I missing something? We don't play OT. All right, I'll tell you what, folks, if I'm ignorant and I don't, it looks like I am. It doesn't look like we're going to have overtime. Is this thing going to end 1-1? It looks like it is. I will say Megan Lalonde is my player of the game. If I had to name a player of the game, it's absolutely Megan Lalonde from Ontario. All right, well, I live and I learn. I learn something new every day. So it looks like, let me see, player of the game for Edmonton was Anna Wynn there. All right, folks, that's how it's going to shake out, 1-1. 1-1. What a fantastic game to start my day off here on Home Team. We're going to come back and we'll have another matchup for the ladies, and that will be New Tecumseh Extreme and Calgary Toon Squad. So Edmonton and Ontario knotted up 1-1. What a great game. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to call it. CBHA Nationals, the National in the house right here on Home Team. We'll be back shortly with our next women's matchup, New Tecumseh and Calgary, right here on the Home Team.